Hello and welcome to the Infinity Saga and Beyond, an MCU fan podcast special live presentation right now as we are going to be following along with the live updates at Comic-Con. If you're listening to us after the fact, we're not live. My name is Jordan. With me talking Marvel's Comic-Con presentation is Chris. How are you today, Chris?
I'm doing great. Live and not from New York. It's Saturday night.
Oh, it is actually. Ron, how are you today, Ron?
I'm stoked, man. This is kind of like our little Christmas here. Every year, this is one of the things that we know we have to look forward to, and it's just a bunch of great announcements and stuff. And it seems like this year is going to continue that trend in a big way. So it's very exciting at the moment. I'm just kind of sitting here refreshing all my notifications on Twitter and seeing what's going to pop up.
Yeah, it's a big day. They're racking in money with Deadpool and Wolverine, and here we are getting ready to see what's next on the old slate for Marvel. Let's do this before we start getting the influx of stuff, because I'm sure they're also going to talk about like we just launched Deadpool and Wolverine, it was great, and all this kind of stuff, and the introductory stuff. Let's go with last minute predictions. And let's just each give one prediction on what we think could be unveiled here today. And we will start with Ron.
Okay. So I've said this a few times in other shows that we've done ever since February, like literally the day that Jonathan Majors got fired from Disney. And we were kind of wondering, like, what is the state of Avengers 5? What is Avengers 5 going to be? Right away, my mind went to Avengers versus X-Men. I'm sticking by that. I think that's going to be how they end the panel tonight. They're going to let us know that that's the plot of that movie has been shifted, and we're going the Avengers versus X-Men route. I think that the Fox universe that we saw in Deadpool and Wolverine is going to start to slowly incur on the Earth 616, very much in the way that we saw the universes start to do in Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. And I think what President Ross is going to do, and why they're kind of making a big point to reestablish him now in Captain America next year, is that he is basically going to try to weaponize the Avengers against this incurring Fox universe in an attempt to kind of save their own universe. So I think that's where we're headed with Avengers 5, and I think we're going to get that announcement hopefully within the hour here.
All right, Chris, any last-minute predictions from you as this gets kicked off?
I think we're going to learn some more about Fantastic Four, and I think Dr. Doom may come into play in this. I think we're going to see something other than just Galactus as a menace for this movie, and setting things up. He's a big player for Marvel, and I think they're going to take some swings with the Fantastic Four. I definitely think we're going to get something Fantastic Four that's going to be a game changer.
All right. I tasked you guys with this, and I didn't even think of my own. So let's.
Well, while you take a second, I want to go off of Chris's for a second.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I am so interested to see if we get a blockbuster announcement like that. If they were to throw Victor Von Doom at us, that would be crazy, because that's something no one's really expecting right now. With, we know that Galactus is the villain of this movie. They did the little fireworks show outside the other night with like the Deadpool and Wolverine stuff, and they did Fantastic Four and Galactus. So, and we know that Ralph Ennis, I believe is his name, was cast already as him. So, we know that he's going to be the sort of main protagonist of the movie, but introducing just Victor Von Doom, maybe even not Dr. Doom, but just kind of do like a little bit of an origin thing there for him. That could be really cool. But we also know that this movie is in an entirely different universe. Kevin Feige has basically even confirmed it at this point. When they show in the poster, there's sort of that futuristic looking New York City. And like I said, Kevin Feige has confirmed himself that that's not the New York that we know. So it's going to be interesting to see how they get to the MCU in the end of that movie, and how you would think that Victor Von Doom would be going with them, given how prominent he is, and that at least would assume right now that there is no Victor Von Doom in 616. So it almost feels like they have to introduce him in this movie just for the sheer sake of getting him into the MCU.
I'll say I'm going to predict that Doctor Doom is going to be another villain that is very upset with Tony Stark. I'm just kidding. No, they could have done that, but I don't think they will. I think I'm going to go with kind of a mixture. I definitely think we're getting the Avengers 5 title. I'm not sold on it being Avengers versus X-Men, actually. So I have...
Well, you're wrong, quite frankly.
Avengers 5, he says as the news drops. No, I'm just kidding. Avengers 5 title is going to happen. I think we'll get like Fantastic Four, hopefully like suits, have them walk out in the suits or something. They're about to start filming this week. I think they start filming in 2 days.
Well, they're doing some kind of big like thing. Discussing Film just put up a picture that they are setting up fog machines inside of the panel. So there's definitely going to be some kind of cool reveal with that. Very much in the way that they did with High Evolutionary. Remember when they had him come through the crowd? Yes. When they were announcing Guardians 3. So I could see them definitely doing something like that with Fantastic Four here.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be maybe not a lot of big scale stuff, but I do think we'll probably get the actual announcements of maybe official X-Men announcement. We know that they were taking pitches. So, and the high of Deadpool and Wolverine, maybe they say, look, we're going to be launching our X-Men movie coming in whenever.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll do a date, because I don't want them to just put out an arbitrary date if it's going to keep getting pushed back the way everything has. So I would like to just be like, look, we're working on this, kind of confirming what the trade saying. They have like the X-Men logo and it looks like the classic X-Men logo.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of ways they can go with X-Men. They could say, hey, certain people are coming back or certain people are not coming back. They can say it's a reboot. They can say it's not a reboot. They can do so many things with X-Men. So whether you assume we're going to get some sort of X-Men announcement. I mean, it could be a lot of different things. So that's exciting.
Sounds like they're starting now. I just saw Brandon Davis, a comic book, say lights went down. Here we go. So
yep.
Looks like we should be getting the news any moment. Now, of course, I think they might kick it off with, I would assume they would want to kick it off with just saying like, hey, we had a great opening weekend for Deadpool and Wolverine. I don't know if they would launch right into here's the Fantastic Four walking out, but I could be wrong, right? Like, we know what the cast was there for Deadpool and Wolverine, so they could probably come out, take their bows again and be like, we're killing it at the box office. And then,
yeah.
Take it's almost easy money. It's get them riled up while they're already there. I mean, get them in the palm of your hands with something you already know they like.
Yep. Oh, another thing I think that's probably a layup to get tonight is a first look at Thunderbolts. Kevin Feige was wearing the Walmart logo looking hat last night that they have for that movie right now. They even kind of poked fun at that, which I'm very like, that was like kind of made me raise an eyebrow for a second. Cause it's like, all right, if the whole joke is that like the logo and the text font for this movie is like bad, why is that a thing? Like, I don't know. That one was very interesting to me. Hey,
there you go. Comment from Jack. Let's go. Hope to see some new announcements. Would love some Doctor Strange stuff, but feels unrealistic. LOL.
Yeah, we need to see Doctor Strange. I don't think it's unrealistic. You go, Ron.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's unrealistic at all. I think there's a pretty good chance that they could announce it to be one of the movies that bridges the gap between Avengers 5 and Secret Wars. I could totally see that being something tonight.
Sounds like Feige's on stage, from what I'm seeing here. So we are waiting for it here. Yeah, no, I think what you were saying about the what did you mention, Ron, about the I've lost it. I had something to yes, Thunderbolts. Didn't I read somewhere that like the asterisk is supposed to have a meaning and it's like the bullets, 6 bullets coming together or something?
Yeah, so there was a poster that was like fashioned that way to look like
Okay.
bullets, but somebody also said that was a fan made poster. So like,
Okay.
I don't know.
That doesn't sound
A
real
lot
to
of
me.
misinformation about the Thunderbolts going around.
That doesn't sound real to me. That sounds like when we had that rumor that like the Battinson logo was going to be the gun that killed his parents. It's like
Yeah.
that just sounds like something you hear on the internet, you know?
Yeah, for sure. So they're definitely going to start. Feige will probably run for a few minutes, give their little thing. I wonder if they'll. Nah, they probably won't start with any Deadpool and Wolverine stuff. That was all last night.
Yeah, maybe not.
I would love to be there right now. It would be so fun to be there.
Yeah, man. One day, what I wouldn't do.
I know, right?
So it sounds like they started off the night with with a chorus singing like a prayer.
Really? Ooh,
Yes.
Heaven
Sweet.
help me.
Could be.
I have
be.
a picture of it. Hold on. We have a picture of
Let's go.
the choir singing this.
Nice.
Oh, it's red and yellow. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
So I don't want to jump on the crazy train here, but Discussing Film just said a potential Avengers versus X-Men Instagram account has surfaced online.
Interesting.
Heaven
Who said that?
help
Discussing
me.
Film?
Let's go.
Yeah. Yep. Could it be BS? Absolutely. But
An Instagram account. Yeah.
But I just and Cosmic Marvel tweeted it out too. Like these are at least semi-credible accounts. So I don't think they would just put that out unless maybe they knew something ahead of time.
I don't know. Some of those accounts I feel like do get on the bandwagon at times when people start, when something starts going around. Like I feel like that happens a lot in this community where something pops up and people are spreading it like wildfire, and sometimes it ends up to be something and sometimes it ends up being nothing. So
it reaches a point where it's like, oh well, if one of us is wrong, we're all wrong, so we'll all just fucking tweet it.
It's going to be figured out in the next couple hour, like an hour,
Yes.
Feige talking
the clean. Throw that picture up. Look at that fantastic four hat. Ooh, baby.
Oh no, I don't have it. I don't have a picture of it.
Oh shoot.
I have him saying the Marvel Cinematic Universe just crossed $30 billion at the box office, which is crazy.
Wow.
I do have that.
Damn.
Here, I'll send it to you on Twitter, Jordan.
Okay, first panel is opening up with Brave New World. That's what the first thing they're touching on here.
Okay,
it is the first of 3 movies that they will focus on.
3 movies?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 movies that they're
focusing on. Yeah.
Yeah, like not counting announcements or something like that.
Yeah, Jack says X-Men vs. Avengers seems like a suspicious name for an official account. Yeah, I agree. The fact that it wouldn't have an S at the end. But yeah,
there's
I think
like some random person made an account X-Men versus Avengers like 20 years ago. They just couldn't find the person to buy the app from them.
Or I was thinking, Ron, this could have been an account you made to really get that snowball going and get some internet fame for a little bit.
Ron's burner account.
Manifest it, baby. Manifest it.
Let's see.
That's crazy, though. Focusing on 3. So it'll be Brave New World, Thunderbolts, and Fantastic Four.
Yes.
That
and then I'm sure they'll have some announcements that they'll end the night on, right? But those are the 3 that they're probably going to highlight like the most, because they're the 3 coming up, right? Like I feel like that would make sense.
Yep. Yeah, they're the 3 in the next calendar year. Yep.
Okay. I'm trying to.
So they're starting with Brave New World. I don't think we've really had a chance to talk much about that movie. The 3 of us.
Let's use this time to talk about the trailer.
Mm-hmm. Love the trailer. It seemed like a popcorn movie, something that I was really looking forward to seeing because just good time of the movies. I mean, you had a lot of action. You had the shield thrown at the White House. It was like you had Red Hulk at the end. It's tons of stuff to get into with that.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I think when you're saying It sounds like a popcorn movie. That's not what I think of a popcorn movie usually. Like, like I would usually like this looks like political spy thriller like Winter Soldier, and I wouldn't really consider that a popcorn movie.
It looks like
Yeah.
Mission
Deadpool, Thor, Love, and
Impossible
Thunder was
met
a popcorn.
Marvel.
Yeah.
All right. It looks like Mission Impossible met Marvel, and I consider Mission Impossible popcorn movies. So yeah.
I mean, really, when we break it down,
Educated
every movie is a popcorn movie. You can't go to the movie theaters. There's Kevin in his Fantastic Four garb. But if you're going to the movie theaters and not getting popcorn, what are you doing? So at its core, every movie is a popcorn movie. But yeah. In the way that when I think of it, I think of more of a not a lot of substance, but a lot of sizzle, not a lot of steak sort of thing. You're gonna leave. You can even make an argument that Deadpool and Wolverine's a popcorn movie to an extent.
Oh, absolutely.
I think it is. Yeah, it's a lot of spectacle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although AMC let me finish my popcorn before the damn movie, but
so for me, this trailer kind of sold me on it. I wouldn't say I've been worried about the movie or anything, right? Like, I think I've been more worried about like the Twitter reactions to the movie in the sense of I think I'm going to enjoy this anyway because I like most of the Marvel films, but this trailer really sold me on like, okay, I can go back to that vibe of Winter Soldier and kind of seeing this and, we're going to get Red Hulk. We're getting Feige has alluded to for sure that Eternals, crossover is happening in this with the Celestial in the ocean.
There has now been 67 projects since a Celestial fell into the water. It still hasn't been addressed.
So I'll
be glad that that's over.
Yes. So that I'm very happy with. And it's just like the vibe feels good for me. That really kind of took me aback. It's just something that I didn't know that was going to be the vibe of the movie. I feel like a lot of times people say like we want to hit that vibe and then most of those movies don't. So kind of having like another political thriller, but being able to put Sam in it and maybe give him something that I think Falcon and the Winter Soldier was trying to be, and maybe executing it better. I'm not worried about the reshoots. I know people say like, oh, they've been reshooting since January. No, it's like there's probably little things they've been reshooting throughout the time, but not everybody's available all the time. So, it's not like the whole cast is getting back together for 6 months to film. It's like they'll fit those slots in where they can fit the people or where they can get the locations again and all that stuff. So I'm not too worried about that.
Yeah, reshoots got a bad name with the Justice League stuff, but it's not always that, and it almost never is.
And I would say, before you go, Ron, I'll just say reshoots can be good. They reshot a lot of Rogue One, and for all intents and purposes, it made it a better movie than what the original movie was going to be for Rogue One. So for me, a win for Jack. He's excited for it. Ron, let's bring down the vibe. Tell us your thoughts on the
You heard it just in the way that I first went to cut in there. So I'm excited for the movie, very much so, and I hope it's everything that you say that you just kind of laid out there, Jordan. Everything that we wanted Falcon and the Winter Soldier to be, that sort of gritty, kind of serious tone to it. I'm a little nervous, and it is admittedly because of a lot of the reshoots and the rewrites, and like supposedly the Serpent Society was in it, and now they're not out of it completely. And
they're in it. This is breaking right now. By the way, Giancarlo Esposito is saying, "I am the king of the Serpent Society. I am Seth Volker Sidewinder." He just said that on stage, I guess.
Okay, good, perfect timing there. You couldn't script that one.
56 seconds ago.
Literally. That's okay, great. So then that gives me a little more confidence as well. When I first watched the trailer, it was giving me the vibe of like, oh, it's just going to be President Ross trying to get the reins on Captain America and get him to like do his bidding. And he's going to think that it's in the, in the better of the country, but it's actually just the president being the bad guy, pulling the strings in the background. And like, I just pray it's not so like cookie cutter. Like basically when I heard about all the reshoots and the rewrites and whatever, my mind went to like, oh God, are they just going to kind of give a, just slap this together because it makes sense and throw it out there, sort of thing. But I have faith that they won't. One trailer doesn't determine a movie or anything. I think almost that they want you to kind of lean that direction so that, they can kind of swerve you a little bit, like with what happens, like a good spy thriller should. So I'm not down on the movie at all. I'm very excited for it. I just, the trailer gave me a little bit of pause. I think that's probably the best way I would put it.
So it sounds like they are on stage here. Danny Ramirez, Giancarlo Esposito, Tim Blake Nelson, Anthony Mackie are on
Esposito.
stage. No, it's Esposito. It actually is.
Really?
I listened to, yes, because I used to say Esposito all the time. I listened to the Better Call Saul podcast, and he introduced himself as Giancarlo Esposito.
Okay. All right. I'm going to have to.
I was going to clarify that too, because I knew people were going to throw it at me. But
Yeah.
unless if he's pronouncing his name wrong.
Well, especially because I live in a very, very Italian town. So there's like, there's 14 Espositos on my street. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so like,
yeah.
it's always been Esposito to me.
That is the power of podcasting. We learn so many things from like just listening to podcasts all the time.
Yeah, because I've been calling
Marvel.
him Esposito for so long. Then I'm literally listening to Better Call Saul podcast, and he's like, "I'm Giancarlo Esposito." I'm like, "What?" I like rewound it. I'm like, "What is it?" Brandon Davis said adamantium confirmed for Brave New World. They showed a scene, so it seems like that rumor of them going after adamantium, I guess that was part of the Celestial, whatever that rumor was.
Yes,
that's going around.
Yeah, so that's cool. So now we know that the Celestials, like their shell, their actual body is made of adamantium. That's really cool, and it's going to start a hell of an arms race around the world in the MCU, obviously, between that and we already have the vibranium problem going on with Wakanda and all that stuff.
Yeah, and they needed something other than vibranium too, because the MCU needed that adamantium addition, I think.
And they're probably thinking like this, like if you're a country in the world and you find out about adamantium, right, and you couldn't get the vibranium from Wakanda, you're like, all right, here we go. We can actually mine this thing, and we can get this instead, and you don't have to worry about it being with like another country you're dealing with. Everybody can have access to it if you can get to that Celestial first. Like, I think that's a very natural progression on that.
Mm-hmm. And it basically confirms something that we probably already well knew, but the X-Men that we get in the MCU, like it's going to be a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Like rebirth type of stuff. I don't think we're going to bring a bunch of characters over. Like we're going to get another proper origin Wolverine, like after the Weapon X program starting in the 616 and all that stuff. So it's cool to see that they are. Like, it's going to be a full reboot for the X-Men, which is, again, something we already knew. So it's, or basically already knew, but this all but confirms it.
So is this another loss for My Time to Shine? Hello? Because I think she did not have him as Sidewinder. So I think that's hysterical.
Yeah. No, she said he was going to be, who? I forget. Damn it. But it wasn't Sidewinder. I know that.
Right, yeah, that's funny.
I was like George Washington something or something.
We keep winning.
Gotta love the scoopers, babe. Gotta love the scoopers.
I just don't know if you actually don't know anything about it. Why would you act like you do? Other than for clout.
Yep.
But I guess. But I mean, like,
hey, all I gotta say is scoop. There it isn't.
Yeah.
So there
By the way, George, would there be a way to get it? Like, would there be a way to just like have the picture on the screen the whole time and have us on the side while we're talking, just so it's not like three talking heads the whole time? Yeah. So people
we can have like Twitter open.
Yeah, sure.
Let the folks be in on the fun with us.
Yeah. So there was okay. So they showed a clip. That shows Thunderbolt Ross talking about the Celestial that's coming out of the Earth, adamantium is what they are made out of. So there you go.
Look at the tweet. Look at the tweet below that.
Yeah, Red Hulk at a podium in front of the White House, not in front of the White House.
Wow. That picture's got to go around social media at some point.
So hold on. So we talking like he's giving a presidential address as Red Hulk, or
it says he turns into Red Hulk right in front of the White House while giving a speech. That's how it's worded.
Huh?
Holy Red Hulk.
So then everybody is like, impeachment, impeachment.
Yeah. The president lied to us about his condition.
Yeah,
I've got big, beautiful muscles. They're the best.
They've
muscles
been hiding
you've ever
him
seen.
at Fort David, making him take steroids.
Yeah, Camp David. Yeah. Goddamn.
Oh man. The
So it seems
joy
like
of comic
we're
book
just
lore.
paused here as people are sending more
Here we
stuff
go.
here. Yeah, nothing new right now.
Nothing yet. Okay, so that's really cool though. I wonder if I hope not, but I wonder if the intro of Red Hulk is leading up to Avengers 5 actually being World War Hulk. I don't want that. I just laid out for like 10 minutes what I wanted it to be, but
I don't think so.
no.
I think World War Hulk would be a step backwards.
I agree.
To build up to. I mean, it could be fine as like an Avengers 5 if then we still get like Avengers versus X-Men or Secret Wars after that. Like, because we've been talking about wanting a 5th Avengers movie that builds up the current roster. So if it's something like that, yeah, maybe that'd be cool. But if we're talking about it's replacing Kang Dynasty and we're not getting, and Secret Wars is only one part, then I would say no to that.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's got to be a story with at least some kind of thoroughfare with the multiverse. Like it's got to be like an Avengers versus X-Men or something like that, or like a time runs out sort of thing, which was the comic sort of prequel arc that led up to Secret Wars here.
It's a cool picture of the Hulk.
Yeah, just right
Hulk,
here.
yeah.
It's just saying what you said about him turning into Red Hulk at the White House. So that would make sense. That might be that scene that's in the trailer though, because that's with all of the cherry blossoms in DC. So it could be
which is where they give the addresses, right? Yeah.
So it could be there.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So that makes a lot of sense.
And could you imagine? Oh, hold on. Could you imagine living in this universe and the president turns into Red Hulk and then he's fighting Captain America?
Yeah.
You'd be like, you're watching C-SPAN, a delivery address comes on, and then it's a superhero fight.
Like, what the hell? That's actually pretty hilarious.
That'd be great. Ooh,
Jack
I like
says,
this comment.
feels sort of like a Days of Futures Past type moment with the Sentinels being unveiled.
Yeah. That's a great
definitely
freaking comment. Hell yeah, Jack.
Yeah, because like we know that one of the basic sort of like premises of the movie is that they are trying to make Captain America like an official government position again. So like, oh geez, wow. I was gonna make a joke and say, how pissed do you think Harrison Ford is to have to be up this late? But he's actually, I guess he's having a good time.
It's only 6 o'clock over there, right? It's not too late for him.
Right, true.
He's like 90, dude.
He did probably eat dinner at 3 o'clock, but yeah.
Oh my God.
If he was really the president, he'd have to step down right now.
Jordan, go to MCU The Direct and look at the pictures they posted of it. It is hilarious.
Okay, we got to find this.
Here we go. Give them a follow while we're sitting here.
And this is the guy. This is the guy who always like acts too cool for Star Wars.
Yeah.
He doesn't though. He doesn't. I don't think he acts too cool for Star Wars. There's times where he has to deal with constant Star Wars nerds asking him like, what did Han Solo do on the Thursday before you guys left the Mos
Fair
Eisley
enough.
Cantina? And he's like, I don't know. Well, it
Oh,
was
fuck.
addressed in the book that was released on, and he's like, I don't care.
Be like, kid, I
Why
didn't
you fucking asking
read
me?
the book. Yeah. So the problem with the asterisk for the Thunderbolts is it looks like the Walmart logo.
Yeah, that's what we were saying before.
Yeah.
Kevin Feige even made
But-
a joke about it last night. He said
but,
his
like,
son
I
asked him if
can't
he was
stop
making a
seeing
Walmart
it.
movie.
Like I didn't really see. I'm looking at it. I'm like, that's the Walmart logo.
Well, that's why they're going to unveil a sponsorship deal that they made with Walmart, and it's going to be the exclusive home of all Thunderbolt merchandise.
You gotta sign up for Walmart Plus
Yeah,
on
everything.
Disney Plus.
Yeah.
You can sign up for Walmart Plus on Disney Plus.
Everything has a plus nowadays.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
they're
they got the logo.
$99 just for the self checkout.
All right, so they're moving on to Thunderbolts. Florence Pugh walking on stage. So that's all we
The
have so
headliner
far
of
on
the
that.
movie.
So they started a couple minutes after 9, right? So they spent a few minutes talking about how Deadpool and Wolverine, and then they did the choir song. So we're looking at maybe 30 minutes left. So I would assume maybe like 10 minutes on this, 10 minutes on Fantastic Four, and then any last minute updates here.
Mm-hmm. They've also been known to run, maybe like
A little late.
10, 15 minutes late too. Yeah. So I think it'll probably be a solid hour like of stuff, but they started, like 5-10 after by the time they actually got rolling. So I think that these are just, these first two are just kind of, get them in, get some good moments and get them out of the way. I think Fantastic Four and whatever the announcements are afterwards are going to be cool. David Harbour in his red Red Guardian costume.
Let's see.
Love me some David Harbour, man. He's
So
a
good.
treasure.
So good.
Like he's good at everything he does, man.
Man, MCU the direct, they are killing it. Yeah, they are way up on the posting. Sorry,
they are
discussing.
Literally the direct.
Yeah, they very direct.
Yeah, that's a new suit too.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, nice.
He could actually be Captain America in that suit.
Yeah, maybe. Still got that logo up though. That's still like they're really rocking with it, I guess.
I think it is. I think it's the official one.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
I know. I like the more like varnished, worn metal one that they had of it. I don't know why we're going with like Arial font.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's interesting. It's normally you get the Target exclusives. You're gonna get the Walmart exclusives with this one.
I guess
the Target exclusives was Hawkeye. So when you have the I don't know, because I saw people say like maybe it's a placeholder logo, but I felt like they would have just kept the old logo if it was a placeholder logo.
Yeah.
Like why would you make a new one to be the placeholder before the new one? So I feel like this is just
totally unnecessary step. Yeah.
Yeah.
For a sec.
Refresh
So yeah,
on.
what do you guys kind of, now that we're firmly in Thunderbolts territory, what are you thinking about this movie? What are you expecting from it? It's I think I've made reference in the past to the whole like Julia Louis-Dreyfus story almost kind of feels like the redheaded stepchild of the MCU right now, because there's all this crazy stuff going on, and then you just got like this thing in there. Do you think it's something that's going to be totally wrapped up in this movie? Do you think like just kind of give me your vibes overall on Thunderbolts as a whole right now?
Yeah, I think this can be good. I just worry like if it feels too much like Black Widow too. Like I do hope some of these other characters that were not part of the Black Widow movie get a chance to shine, like Ghost. Just some of those type of characters I would love to see more of. I hope Bucky doesn't really get sidelined. I also hope they don't kill off Bucky, which is something I maybe worry about.
Really? In this? I don't know. I don't think they would, knowing how close we are to these Avengers movies coming up. I don't think they will. I think they'll want him in there.
That would legitimize the title, but I'm worried about tone with this movie. I want to know, what are they going for? Is this supposed to be goofy comedy? Is it supposed to be serious drama? I could see them going either way with it. After Thor: Love and Thunder, maybe they're a little afraid to go too slapstick with it. But David Harbour's Red Guardian really just plays up that slapstick. So tone is my question with the direction that they're going.
Yeah,
so it sounds like sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Drew.
I was going to say, it sounds like somebody posted that there was a new trailer they showed at Cap 4 and that's when it revealed the Celestial in the ocean with the adamantium, and that Ross wants Sam to reform the Avengers. So it's not just Ross wanting Captain America making official position like in the trailer. It sounds like he wants the Avengers reassembled.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
And then also, new rock stars posted that Feige has clarified that Thunderbolts are not named after Thunderbolt Ross.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we would. Yeah,
in my opinion, that is I wouldn't say a misstep. It's a missed opportunity. We're having Thunderbolt Ross as the president. He wants to reform the Avengers. Why not have the Thunderbolts be his version of the Avengers? Like, I feel like that makes so much more sense on why they'd even be called Thunderbolts.
It does
just
make more sense.
Unless the reason that they did that is because when things don't go like the way that he wants them to with Captain America and stuff in that movie, he's going to go and start the Dark Avengers. And maybe that'll be Avengers 5, like Dark Avengers. Again, just throwing stuff at the wall. Yeah. I don't think that's the case. I'm just kind of, trying to make sense of it all the way. Because we also do know it's kind of like the worst kept secret that Sentry is going to be in this movie as well.
Yes.
Who is a pretty serious character, like to be thrown into, if it is going to be, Chris, like you mentioned, like a more like goofy, lighthearted sort of thing, which I don't think it's gonna, but it's gonna at least lend itself to that a little bit, just because like Yelena by nature is like that. Obviously, Red Guardian's like that, so it just, there's at least going to be an aspect of it that's kind of a little less serious in tone. But
I would say your normal Marvel tone is what you're getting from this.
Yeah. But like, so we've got Sentry coming into this thing, Robert Reynolds, and basically kind of the skinny on him is that he's got kind of like the split personality thing going. Like he's got Sentry, which is like his regular persona, and then there's the Void, which is like this evil, like will wipe anything out of existence type of like, basically kind of like a demon inside of him, so to speak, in the metaphorical sense. So it's a heavy-handed character, and I'm interested to see how he fits the tone of this movie, or if they may even go like the Adam Warlock route, where like they changed up his sort of like vibe and like aura, just kind of the way he presents himself big time in Guardians 3. So I wonder if they'll kind of do that with him as well.
I don't know why everybody's acting like Ghost being confirmed is new. She was confirmed in the original art, and I know there was that weird rumor Scoopers made up of her being out of the movie, but they made that up, and it was confirmed even a few months ago that she was still in it. So I don't know why everybody's like, oh my God, Ghost is confirmed.
Because Scoopers made it a thing. It's just what it is.
I just seen it by like three accounts.
Kevin Feige goes, just when I think my nerdy life can't get more complete, I hear Harrison Ford say adamantium.
It is pretty classic.
Wyatt Russell said, everyone's going to fucking love me.
All right.
On USA Agent. I think he's being a little facetious, but
I think so. Yeah, I would hope so.
Yeah. But maybe he has a bit of a turnaround, right?
No, I don't think. I think if anything, he's going to be one of the like.
They set him up to be a tool already.
Yeah. There will be some redemption for certain characters in this team, probably Yelena, and just like. But I think he's just a dick through and through.
It sounds like David Harbour was, when he was all dressed up, was giving the rest of the cast, grief for not dressing up as well. as he was going around.
We agreed on this, guys. What the fuck?
Come on. Leave me hanging, man.
It's like when you and your boys are going to a Halloween party and it's like, yeah, we're all going to wear costumes. And you're the only one there.
Sebastian Stan
like I'm a head-to-toe
teases.
Joker.
Sebastian Stan teases an expiration date on his time as Bucky.
Ooh.
Yeah. Jack, I will say that's almost every group movie, though. Doesn't play well together. The Suicide Squad, Avengers, Suicide Squad.
And then something happens, like Agent Coulson dying, and it's like, all right, now we have to be nice because there was blood on his cards.
It's a trope that works. That's why they keep using it.
And it does work.
Same thing.
X-Men, yeah. Batman versus Superman.
Oh,
that
no.
one it didn't work in that
Yeah.
one, but yeah.
Don't get me started.
We're
not doing that today.
Wrong show.
Dude, I was good and didn't say anything about Penguin, all right? I was good.
Footage to them now of Thunderbolts.
They're showing footage now?
Yes.
Okay.
So that'll probably wrap up the Thunderbolts portion very soon.
Yeah.
We've been almost 10 minutes on Thunderbolts, so.
I was going to say it's going
God, I want to be there right
longer
now.
than I expected.
Yeah, I actually didn't think this year would have huge news, but then you were saying, off air, all those people were pumping it up. So it would be hysterical if this is all they did then was Fantastic Four, and then they're like, all right, see you guys next year.
Yeah, like that would be like crazy. Like they have to tell us what's going on.
They do have D23 as well.
I just want to know how Deadpool eats the popcorn with a mask on. Super hard to eat when he's wearing it.
And we also like D23 is probably going to be the Disney Plus stuff. We'll probably get another Agatha trailer there. We might get our first Ironheart trailer there. Like maybe another announcement for a new animated show.
Yeah, because D23 is what? Next
2
it's
weeks.
like 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
I think this is the closest they've ever been. Because sometimes D23 was in like September and sometimes it's in late August.
Yeah, so that is kind of an interesting, like the way that they're pushed up together so much like that. But yeah, we've got to get something. They've got to tell us what's going on with Avengers 5. Like,
I'm sure they will. I do think that is what we'll get. I do think we'll get the new title of that for sure. I think that's how they end it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm very interested to see what they do here because they haven't used the smoke machine yet. So
did they not use it when everybody came out?
Oh, maybe they did.
I feel like they did that with the choir for some reason. I feel.
Oh yeah, good call. Yeah, good call. Probably. Hey, we're kind of just in a holding pattern here.
Yep. Well, because they're showing footage. Yeah, so that's makes it tough to.
Yeah.
Say anything.
God, I want to be there one of these days. This is, Geek
I
Out
think
Live would be.
I think
so
I'm
cool.
actually good with not going.
Really?
Really?
Not even once, just to experience it?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I feel like I have an easier time at home than being there. I would like to go to Star Wars Celebration instead of Comic.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But
he's already fully in dad mode, Ron. He's lost.
This was my thoughts before dad mode. All right, this is
okay.
I do about as well in crowds as not very good, but even still, like that's just one of those bucket list or moments that I would be able to suck it up for sure.
I think though, to get in the Hall H panel, you got to stand all day in line.
Oh yeah, you do. You do.
I don't think I'd be able to do that.
There's people lining up today at I saw the first video go up at 1:00 in the afternoon of people filing in. 1:00 our time, so 8 hours before the thing started.
Here we go. Pretty sure they just had a scene in Avengers Tower with Val.
Ooh.
Feige did just reiterate we were going to know who bought Avengers Tower soon.
Yeah, but that would be wonky as hell if it was her. Maybe it was Kingpin, and like they're like working together. Maybe
I could see it being Val as like in like a government position, maybe like buying that
that
for
would be a
their
popcorn
team.
fart. If you ask me, no pun intended.
I
Like,
don't
they've been
think
building this up for 5 years on
no,
who's
no,
what
they have
Avengers-
not been building. The fans have been building it up. It literally was in Homecoming, and that was it.
Yeah, but still, like I don't know.
I feel like it's
I
the
just-
fans have made this a huge thing that
Well, why
it would never live up to the hype.
If it wasn't going to be a huge thing, why even tease it? Like, if they had just thrown that into the movie and like not teased it in Homecoming 5 years, or no, it was Far From Home, right?
No, it was Homecoming because that's how the Vulture was getting some of the stuff. He was taking over a shipment that was leaving Stark Tower, Avengers Tower.
Oh, but they do show it at the end of Far From Home as well when
just
when
as
Peter's
he's swinging by,
swinging
yeah.
through, yeah, and they're like, we can't wait for you to see what we're doing next or whatever.
So, in my opinion, I do think that is something the fans have been blowing out of proportion. The only way that would have hit is if it was Fantastic Four, but now we know they're doing a whole different universe for that. I don't think you can have it. And now we're moving on to Fantastic Four.
They are on stage.
Fantastic.
Let's go.
That is fantastic news.
Now it's time to get to the meat and potatoes. Come on.
I think this might have some of the big reveals. If we are getting, like Chris said, a Doctor Doom, or if we're getting anything like that, it'd be coming during this.
Yeah, if we get a Doctor Doom thing, I'm just going to take a bow.
That would be, yeah, you
like,
can call it.
Be like, I told you.
Well, it
Hey,
says, okay,
I
so
think they
Matt
should tell us
Jackman.
the thing about the Fantastic Four.
Matt
it
Shackman's
says,
on stage.
It
Bad
says
joke
they
of the
begin
day.
filming on Tuesday, so they definitely don't have like any teaser footage or anything like that.
Oh,
No.
Tuesday. I thought it was the 29th, so that'd be Monday. So yeah, it was close. The 30th. They're starting to film on the 30th. They're less than a year out to this movie too. I keep thinking it's got to get pushed. I just don't know how they're going to hit July without even starting filming yet.
I'm shamelessly hoping that it does get pushed for Superman's sake.
I'm shamelessly hoping it doesn't because I want to be able to hit that double feature in the month.
Yeah,
That is going to be fun. It will be fun, but like,
that'll
when
be
it comes to that, I'm
an
like,
electric 2 weeks at the theater if they don't push that.
yeah.
Set in
When
a
it comes to
retro.
that, I'm a little
future.
protective.
That's fair. Okay, it's described as set in a retro future of the 60s. Okay,
So
basically kind of
Simpsons or Jetsons. Jetsons.
Yeah,
Meet
Jetsons.
the Jetsons.
Yeah, not the Simpsons.
Why did I say Simpsons? I think the Simpsons are on their mind because they keep predicting everything.
Now
Pedro
he's saying
Pascal.
Fantastic Four footage. There's no way there's footage if they haven't started filming.
Maybe screen
Unless it's
testing.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, like concept type of stuff.
He said Future Foundation, which we knew from the San Diego logos have been having Future Foundation written on them.
Okay.
So it does seem like they might be doing something with that.
He said they went straight to the desert to find the best type of rock to make the thing out of.
When did you find better rock in a mountain?
No.
That's a question for an archaeologist or something.
See, the desert would have that orangish color of the thing, so that's why.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Or else he looks like Korg.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I love me some Korg though.
Yeah, Korg's man.
All right. Come on, Marvel.
Give us something.
Rocky Marvel. Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, pre-shooting material.
Okay.
Pedro Pascal has
Pre-shooting
an old
material.
school accent. That's what we're saying. An old school accent. I don't know what they mean by that.
Like transatlantic?
I don't know.
It's Atlantic.
Maybe yeah.
Transatlantic. That's like the voice from like the 20s and 30s. See?
Yeah,
You know, the radio voice? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you've never seen before.
I am Reed
Yeah,
Richards.
exactly.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Seabiscuit comes around the corner.
I don't know what else an old school accent would be. I mean, like, what does that mean?
It means it's fantastic. Fantastic
Quick,
Four.
get to the Fantastica. Stat.
Now, Marvel's still saying July 25th. So they just put this out. Begins production on Tuesday, only in theaters July 25th.
Did a lot of post production on that bad boy.
Does that give you guys any pause?
No, I think you can make a movie in a year. I think you can. We've talked about on here before, like if you have to be filming within a year. So looking at a movie like The Rise of Skywalker, they were filming parts of that in like February and January of 2019 before it released in December. And that movie still looks phenomenal. Like there's no like, that's ILM for you though. I feel like right. They nailed it. So I do think you can still do it. It's just, I would want them to take their time more in the sense of, all right, so let's say they need to do reshoots, not just the built-in reshoots they always do. Then you're looking into getting pushed back no matter what, right? So I would rather them just be like, it's in November, and we're going to take the time.
So we got some good things here. It is officially called The Fantastic Four First Steps. That's the title.
Like that.
And no, I don't like it either. It is being composed by Michael Giacchino. So that's
that's a win.
The goats.
Jack says there's nowhere to go but up when it comes to the design for the Thing after the 2015.
Yeah, it's not wrong.
Amen, brother. Amen.
He's not wrong at all.
Everything that applies to every aspect of the Fantastic Four. It just comparing any Fantastic Four, to that movie, there's only one way to go.
You're not wrong.
First Steps. Yeah,
I'm assuming that's supposed to be a reference to like First Step for Man, right? Like space stuff. Like I feel like it's that, but I would rather just them call it the Fantastic Four.
I'm gonna look up, see if there's any comic book, like if it was like a run in the fucking 70s or something.
Michael Giacchino, I love him.
My
That'd be great.
boy. He had like the greatest 2022 of like anyone. He had Spider-Man No Way Home and bum.
They said the aspect ratio is also different. Getting
WandaVision
vibes.
I think just for the footage that they showed was unfinished.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say there's no way the movie's coming out like 4/3 because I would hate that.
No, yeah, definitely just the. Damn it! So all right, Evan Ross Bacharach in fact did not come out as a rock, which is very disappointing, I must admit. But I guess we'll have to press on. Oh, they showed footage of Galactus.
Did they?
No way. Oh, we gotta see this.
Showed his face peering through a building, a giant cosmic entity, they're saying.
Ooh.
Man. Oh. Come on, show us that. Jeez.
Gimme. I want some more.
Come on, leakers. For once, can you do something right and fucking get these pictures? My God.
I'm assuming it looks probably very similar to the drone footage from earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I still want to see it.
Me too. Yeah, I've been waiting for.
That makes sense. That makes sense, but I still want to see it.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's like previs stuff.
That's
the kind of stuff that. That's the kind of stuff that they know that they can work on without there's stuff that they can work on special effects wise that they wouldn't need to be filming on right now. So there is a chance that this comes out, looking great. Yeah, glad Galactus is not going to be a tornado this time.
Yes, very much so.
I still have PTSD about that, man. That's why I need to see what he looks like. I need the palette to be cleansed once and for all.
Feige
The
promised that
ridiculousness
Fantastic
of
Four
it.
is releasing 1 year from now. So I think they're not budging at all.
Right.
I'm still
Okay.
hoping they do.
Yeah, they weren't gonna. In hindsight, they weren't gonna let DC just get that one off unchallenged. They were like, "All right, you guys are coming back. Let's see what you can do."
First look at Galactus, comic accurate Galactus is what they said. So
Ugh. Give it to me. Give me what I want.
so they might only have 5 minutes left here. So if they're gonna mention something about something soon, then it'll have to be soon.
What did that tweet say? That Fantastic Four retitles again? When did they
Yeah.
retitle the first? It was only the Fantastic Four. What the hell do you mean?
I don't remember. Yeah, maybe they had. I mean, they had the other logo, but I don't know.
But yeah,
this is
just
the only.
the logo.
We never
this
even
is-
knew it was called Fantastic Four. We just knew it was a Fantastic Four movie.
No, they did call it Fantastic Four. I mean, this is the logo they had. They just didn't have first steps on it.
Yeah.
I want to call that a retitling. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh no, and they the way they say again, implying that it has been retitled before this. It is not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't.
This is one of the times, though, I feel like that their logo change has been for the better, and I'm hoping this is what sticks.
Mhm.
I'm hoping like it's not like next July they're like releasing this movie with Arial font. You know, like keep it like this. I don't understand why we keep changing the logos. Like this Fantastic Four logo looks great. I would have just called it Fantastic Four and been like, you know what? I know they're trying to do like maybe a homecoming type thing where it's like easy to tell which one you're talking about. Like first steps. You know, I'm not talking about 2005. I'm not talking about Fan Four Stick. I'm talking about first steps. You know, but I think you could have owned the Fantastic Four because nobody's done it great. So
yeah, and it's been by the time this comes out, it will have been a decade. So like, you're definitely clear of that last one in terms of just the time frame. But yeah, that's one of the most, and we all know that movie's called Fan Four Stick anyway. So like, just,
we all know nobody's talking about that movie anyway.
Why would they?
Nobody's gonna spend their time talking about that movie.
No. I can't believe ain't one person got these pictures. Like from I know that they're like super...
It'll probably come out afterwards.
True, yeah, because people don't want to get kicked out, like if they're able to trace it back to them. Yeah.
All right, you ready for this? You ready for this? The Fantastic Four will appear in the next 2 Avengers films.
Okay.
Director reveal coming.
Let's go.
This is going to be, if everything's correct, right? The rumor is, by the trades, that this is the Russos coming back to do Avengers.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh, God, I got a pit in my stomach. Also, George, there's a video on the direct of the Fantastic Car.
So here you go. Hold on. The director reveal started with the Winter Soldier hallway fight. We're getting it. It's the Russos. They're coming back.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah. The Fantastic Car was on stage.
Oh, wow. They picked up the cast in the car.
Did they really? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's too funny. So they're going to be, because we know Secret Wars, obviously, the other one. Maybe they do just go Time Runs Out?
The entire video of Avengers 5 and 6 is Russo brother movies. So, again, it's legit.
As it should be. I know that it was when it first came out last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was met with mixed reviews, but like how can you be mad? They're responsible for basically all like of the best MCU movie, like depending on your subjectivity and how you have them viewed, but like in terms of the general consensus, they're responsible for like what the 4 of the top 5 like MCU movies when you got Civil War, Winter Soldier, and obviously Infinity War and Endgame. So like,
Yeah.
how can you be upset that they're coming back? You know, all anyone's talked about is like, oh, the MCU's got to get back to what they, you know, what they used to do, what used to work. Well, you're bringing back the 2 of the biggest architects of what that was. So sign me up. I'm on board. I am stoked.
They do scale very well. That's big.
Confirmed. Anthony and Joe Russo are directing Avengers 5 and Secret Wars. We don't know. I don't think the title has been revealed yet. The Russo brothers' return is on the screen in Hall H. And good for them. Started off directing a lot of TV shows like Arrested Development, Community. Now they have directed all these huge movies, and they're going to be doing it again. Let's wait to see if we get a title. Ron, I'm going to like and retweet this while I'm on live stream for you.
Hell yeah.
Don't retweet that guy. He fucking sucks.
All right. Give me. Joe Russo said, "We missed you guys."
We missed you too, MFer. We missed you too.
You know, one of the Russo brothers really looks like Joe Pesci.
Yeah, he does. Joe.
I never noticed that before.
He does. Well, Chris, how are you feeling about it?
I feel good about it. They do scope very well, big scale movies. I have no complaints. I think Marvel going back to trying to their bread and butter makes sense. I don't know how to hire a director. Never had to do it. But it makes sense to me. They have a track record. Civil War might be like the best Marvel movie outside of Infinity War and Endgame. So,
yeah, it's an ensemble movie, and it's a big one at that. So, or 2 ensemble movies, I should say. I can't wait to get back to that Russo brothers Marvel feel, especially the one that we got in Infinity War. Even though it was so many different things happening, just the scale and how grand everything felt, whether it was Titan and that just kind of massive desolate wasteland or the Wakanda fight, they're so good at doing things that are big, for lack of a better term, just massive set pieces, you know, all this crazy stuff going on.
all these moving parts. Yep.
Sure that vibe.
So they said that, you know, when they did Endgame, they really thought they were done, but they're doing the biggest story ever told by Marvel Comics. And it is Secret Wars, May 2027.
Okay. Orange.
So I don't know what that means. No Avengers 5 or
maybe they're saving
Hold on. New movie before Secret Wars about the most important character in all of the Marvel universe.
Huh?
I'm pulling that up now on here. This is what Hall H just turned green. I think we're getting a Hulk movie. A Hulk? Okay. Or Dr. Doom? Green?
Ooh.
No, I think it's going to be Hulk.
I don't know. He's not
or maybe Loki. Loki,
though, right?
What about Loki? Loki's not the most important character.
I mean, he's all the strings together.
Now he is.
He is very much.
I was thinking more like comic universe, not just.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe.
God, I'm like constantly refreshing here.
Oh my God.
No.
Refresh it again.
I'm trying.
Huh? Jordan, go to discussing film.
Oh,
Just
okay.
go
Hold
to
on. I got it. We've got Avengers Doomsday.
Doomsday. So I guess
Robert
here he
Downey
comes.
Jr. is playing Doom.
Really?
Yes.
What?
No way.
Yes.
No way.
What?
No. There's no way.
Oh God, I gotta
Is this
delete
gonna-
that where I was talking shit about this. Kid last week.
Wow. Robert Downey Jr. is back in the MCU.
Oh.
Give it
Well,
to
we
me,
did
Ron.
get Doom.
I don't know how I feel about it, boys. I don't think I like that very much. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like
It's
what?
odd.
So, like, is he gonna be like an evil Tony Stark variant? Like, who just happens to be like?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't
Of their
love
universe,
this.
maybe. Right?
Like he comes into the picture and everyone's like, "Hey, Tony." No, I'm not Tony Stark. Yeah.
Boys, I don't know. I don't know.
So here's the thing.
You can see my
Here's the
initial
thing.
reaction right there.
We are going to be remembering the way we reacted to this news in the future. And I'm trying to be in the middle, but I got to be honest, I don't see it.
Here's the thing. If it's not him being yeah, Jack's liking it as a alternate universe variant. I'll say this is it's all going to be about how he plays the character. I think he can absolutely play Doom. So it's just how will this work, right? And look, if this is what we're doing, right? And let's say we are going to reboot softly after Secret Wars, then we can get maybe a more accurate Doom after that. But I feel like this is their big pivot after Kang. They're like, we have to do something. And it's, I don't know. So what do you think happened here? This is what I want to ask. Did they get RDJ back first or the Russos back first? And did one or the other get the other one on board? I think they got the Russos.
I'm sorry. I'm
and then
still like in a state of shock. I'm like, they're showing. They got pictures of them up, by the way, Jordan. If you wanted to check that,
like real pictures of him.
Yeah, he's there.
Oh my God, he's there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Me and all those comments about being able to finally act after being out of Marvel.
That's not what he said. That's not what he said.
Okay.
So it's still
Yeah,
2026
this is just one
and
of those
2027.
things. Huh?
It's still 2026 and 2027.
Okay, good.
Oh, they
We're
have all
just
the
gonna
Doom bots up too. Like they have all these Dooms up.
Damn.
So
It
my
really
thought
comes
is,
down to, I guess we got to know what is he just Victor Von Doom? Like, and he's just going to look like Iron Man used to look, or is this like a multiversal Tony Stark variant who, like, he's Doctor Doom, but he's not Victor Von Doom? Like, he's fucking Tony Doom, I guess. I don't know. Like,
well, what if it's okay? Let's take if we're really going to big brain theorize this right now off the top of the thing here, what if similar to like DC Elseworlds where like Superman can land in Russia and become Red Sun Superman, what if in this alternate universe something happened to Tony's parents when he was young, he got stuck in Latveria and rose up through this with his Iron Man technology that he was able to build and make Doom bots. and then become Doctor Doom that way. Maybe he still is Victor Von Doom. He got adopted or something, right? But he is like still Tony Stark in the sense of that. Like I think that can work. That takes a lot of exposition maybe to get there.
Mhm.
I don't know. That's something I think we could like. That's how I would do it. Like I would be acting like I would take DC's page of doing Elseworld stuff and say, all right, Tony got so we can still make Tony Stark Victor Von Doom the same way we took Superman and made him Batman in Speeding Bullets, and you can have that type of thing. But I don't know. I'm really curious on how it's going to work out. My opinion, the way that this happened is probably they approached him and he said, "Get the Russos, and I can do it." And the Russos said, "If you get Robert Downey Jr., we will do it." And it worked out for them. That's what I would say.
So Garrett, our buddy Garrett, is actually there at the panel right now. He said he is a Tony Stark from he's the Tony Stark of the Fantastic Four universe. And then he just kind of said, I'm assuming there's going to be a change in his trajectory, kind of like what you just said, Jordan, where his dad dies and something tragic happens and he ends up kind of going the villain route. So he's just
in Latveria or something. Because he wasn't alive in the 60s as a adult either. So either that's got to be time shifted or it happens during the events of events of Fantastic Four, and then it's the future of that universe that he becomes Doom.
The video of his reveal is up on the direct too, if you wanted to.
Oh, okay.
Do that. It's really quick. It just kind of shows him.
The MCU direct thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I should have.
So a real mild day of news, huh?
So who leaked that? Because that was correct.
Oh shoot! Let me go see because I got to delete my tweet anyway.
Wow!
You don't want the receipts out there?
No. You know what? Actually, yeah, I'll keep it up. Let me own it. Man, I tweet a lot. I gotta chill out.
I'll tell you though, if you want to get people back in the theater, getting Robert Downey Jr. back without desecrating the Tony Stark from our universe, that's
it's
pretty
a good
big.
way to do it. Yeah, it's a good way to do it.
And you're using him for one of the most famous villains. So I think this will have the casuals being like, okay.
It was Jeff Snyder, by the way.
Okay, so that was like one out of it's his 50%. So that's something he got right.
Yeah. Wow. Interesting. Because I can't recall like Doomsday being a comic story. Like it might be. Hold on, let me look it up.
For Superman. No, I do think this is probably going to be. I don't know. It may not be named after that. It may just be like, hey, kind of like a times run out. It might still be kind of like a times run out for you, Ron, but they want to do some build up for Doom, and they want it to make a cool pun title like Doomsday that gives you the clue on who the villain is, but also sounds like a big event, and that's why what I would think. But there's been 60 how many years of Marvel comics that there might be a Doomsday story.
Well, I'm thinking.
Okay,
wait a
so
second. They're doing the death of Superman.
No, so there is a Marvel comic it's Marvel Comics Hero Reborn Doomsday, and the plot it says Manhattan stands amidst 10 stories of water. Atlantean colonies amassing around its base. California is a radioactive wasteland. The world is in peril. Basically, the face of the world has been dramatically changed. And every day, new cataclysms arrive. You can maybe take that as if they were to translate it over to the MCU, maybe like an incursion or all the craziness going on with the vibranium and the adamantium that we're going to get. Welcome to a world in chaos. It needs a savior. It gets Dr. Doom. Returning from his sojourns to reclaim what is his by eminent domain, Doom discovers that what he had laid title to has become, in his absence, a war-torn prize contested over by celestial powers. And none, be they man or god, may take what is rightfully Doom's. But to liberate this world, he will need to build an army, and he will need to uncover the nature of his enemy. So it sounds like there's some stuff from there that they can pull. And
There's
sort of
another
equate
one.
over.
There's another one I have
Another
here.
one?
Ultimate Comics Doomsday.
Okay.
The series mainly focuses on the remains of the Fantastic Four after Ultimatum, specifically dealing with the unknown threat, trying to alter the entire Ultimate Universe, in the process causing a significant amount of destruction. Whilst the previous members of the Fantastic Four remain prominent throughout the series, many other characters from different strands of the Ultimate Universe also feature.
Okay. So there's even some stuff in there that I can, they can probably bring over too. Oh, wow. Not what I was expecting. We'll say that much. I guess they're RIP my Avengers versus X-Men theory. It was nice while it lasted, but
I like that theory. Like, I was like kind of hoping it happened. That sounds fun.
Yeah. So
this
he's got to
green
be
font
in
looks. This logo looks fantastic. Just think about it this way: we haven't had green on the Avengers yet. Like we had the original Avengers logo, then we had the red for Ultron, right? Then we had Infinity War had like orange, Endgame had purple.
Hold on.
There you go.
So it looks
Yeah.
Doomsday with the green just looks great. Like that looks.
It does. Both of the logos look really cool. I will say that much. I mean, it's classic Avengers, but the color choices are cool.
Yeah, it looks great. I had a random alarm again. I don't know why is that happening.
Check your alarm settings.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Starring Robert. So you would probably imagine that, kind of like what we were. Yeah, Jack just sent me a personal message. Said, "Guess that Instagram account wasn't right." Yeah, I guess not, Jack. I guess they weren't, unfortunately. But
yeah.
Okay. All right,
So
hold on.
Here we go.
I'm going to share this.
Okay.
Is this good? Did you guys hear that before or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
We heard it.
Okay. This is the reaction when he's revealed. So I want to see what that was like.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, as proof of the unimaginable possibilities in the Marvel multi-universe, we give you the one person who could play Victor Von Doom.
Wow, that's a moment.
Okay.
They say Victor Von Doom, though.
I'm trying to. Yeah. Yeah, they do. Well,
So,
I guess they wouldn't want to say Tony Stark and ruin it, though, either.
Maybe. Yeah. I just think surprised. Maybe it was just like he was supposed to just say Dr. Doom and he just kind of let it out wrong.
I don't know.
I think we might have lost.
I think he'll. Yeah,
back.
it's trying to exit out of that video, like slowed everything down. Okay, I still think he'll be called Victor Von Doom. Like I said, I think he'll be. Robert Downey saying what I tell you, I like playing complicated characters. So I'm assuming he's going to be in Secret Wars as well.
Still a lot of questions. Oh man.
Wow.
Do we have official word that it ended?
I would assume so. I would assume so. Yeah, a lot of questions. So we would assume, kind of like when we were talking about Fantastic Four earlier, we mentioned how this, Doom is going to have to be in the movie, and he's going to have to somehow go with the Fantastic Four over to 616 at the end. So if this really is the Tony Stark of like their universe and stuff, he's probably going to have to be featured like pretty heavily in this movie, especially if they're setting him up to then be the main villain of the next Avengers movie immediately after that in the year following. Like, I am excited, but I can't. I won't sit here and tell you I'm all the way in, but I'm willing to be all the way in, and I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt until I don't have a reason to.
That's fair. It's incredibly fair. With Marvel, it's like it tends to work out. Like more often than not. Like sometimes they have some missteps, but it tends to work out. So I like the energy that they're coming with this, though. What did we just talk about with Deadpool? I appreciate the maximum effort of it going for it the way they did. So I like that they're doing this.
Jordan, you're muted.
Apparently, they said Thunderbolts are going to be in the movies as well.
Huh.
Not in like they'll be in the Avengers movies. Yeah, that's so interesting. On how they're going to make this. How they're going to make this work. I'm kind of where you are, Ron. I'm not like, but I think as the time goes on, I'll get more and more bought into it. I think this is the time to reveal it instead of in the theater. Like if I'm watching Doomsday and then it's revealed to be an alternate Tony Stark, I'm probably like, what? Like, what are we doing? But like now that I know it and that's going to adjust it when I go into it, now I know, and it'll make it like we're going to have hype for this for 2 years, right? So knowing that already, we have 2 years to get used to this. And I think that'll help in the long run as well. But yeah, like if it was just like a reveal in the movie, I would be kind of like, probably like, what? They got Robert Downey Jr. back and as Doom? Like it'd be really confusing. But I don't know. I'm glad they got him back. And I'm glad they're doing this and it's not just like, oh, we went to get Iron Man from before he snapped his fingers and he's helping us defeat Doom. Like, because I feel like you can only do that for so many characters, right? So for me, I think this works very well. And it can kind of be like a serious version of the Captain America scene in Deadpool and Wolverine yesterday, where, he thinks it's Captain America and it turns out it's Human Torch and it's played for laughs. This could be a more serious version where they think, oh my God, it's Tony. And like people are worried about hitting or hurting Tony. And then they find out, no, he's the big bad. And that can probably play with them a bit too.
That would be cool. That's just, it really all comes down to the execution. You can make a good story out of anything if you've got the right people behind it. Luckily now we do with the Russos being back. So I have all the faith in the world in them and Marcus and McFeely, assuming that they would probably be back writing as well. So
I don't think so.
All the faith
I think it is still
No?
the original writers from what I've heard.
Oh, really? So who would, so was that,
yeah, who was writing Avengers 5? I've heard what we've heard.
It was
that,
Loki guy, right?
Yeah. Michael Waldron, I think, right?
Waldron. Yeah.
I think they said he turned in his script. So they have to start filming within the next 6 months, I would say.
6. Yeah. For a movie this big, like, and even that's kind of cutting it close. 6, like a year and a half for a movie of this size.
Well, especially because they'll probably be filming both again back to back, right? So,
yeah.
So it's Michael Waldron and Jeff Loveness.
I think Loveness is off.
Loveness
really?
is off, and they put Waldron on it. But if enough stays in the draft, he'll probably get a credit. So.
Okay.
I got love for Loveness though. He liked one of my Quantumania tweets, so I'm easy to please. That's all it takes.
So you're saying all we need to do is have Robert Downey Jr. as Victor Von Doom, like your tweets, and you'll be on board with this.
Yep, that's all it takes. Ryan Airy just put it perfectly. He said, "The more I think about it, the more I hate it, and the more I'm excited about it. I'm so confused." That's literally exactly how I feel.
That's pretty perfect.
See, I don't hate it the more, though. Like, I feel like I'm liking it more.
Yeah, hate is a little... I think skeptical would probably be a better way to put it. Just like...
Yes.
All right, this is
But here's the thing.
Be a big stretch. Yeah.
I don't think he would sign up for it if he hadn't read a good script. I really don't. I think he would be worried about his legacy as it. So I do think he probably thinks this is good move.
Yeah. No, I agree. Again, it comes down to the faith in the ones creating it, and there's nobody else, there's nobody better that they could have. So I'm very excited to see all the expert takes on Downey not being the right choice for Doom.
Oh, sorry, I moved off of that. If those were...
No, yeah, I was just kind of skimming through. I mean, I don't think jumping on people who are skeptical of this off the rip is like, I don't think it's a crazy thing to be a little apprehensive at first glance of this.
I think you can be apprehensive about doing this, but I think if you're just going to say Robert Downey can't be Doom, like he can't act Doom, then I think you're wrong. But I think if you're worried about legacies with Iron Man and him coming back and us not getting a full Victor Von Doom, I can see those type of concerns.
Mm-hmm. Another thing about Robert Downey Jr. too is he's so distinct, and like Tony Stark very much almost felt like Robert Downey Jr. just turned up all the way. So I feel like it's going to be a little like more of a challenge for him to actually really have to, as opposed to just playing a louder version of yourself, to have to be this totally, and I'm not saying he can't by any means, but I'm interested to see like if there's any bleed over there, like if it's like it still feels like you're just watching Tony Stark, like he's like, so this is my castle now. It's pretty cool. It's in Latveria. Like emotion.
What I think you're going to get more is Civil War Robert Downey. When he realizes Bucky is the killer of his parents and he turns that switch and it's really a great acting by him, I think you're going to get more of that stuff than you will get like Iron Man Robert Downey.
Yeah. Reed Richards, he's a bad guy. I don't really like him too much. Kind of an asshole.
Oh, but him and Pedro Pascal acting against each other?
Yeah. That's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, I like that.
That's going to be some good stuff. I just really like. So how do you guys feel about bringing Iron Man back for Secret Wars then? Does that like just get a little too crazy for you, having two different RDJs on the screen at the same time?
I'm good with it.
I don't think we need Iron Man in there.
I'm good with it because I'm good with it because I like craziness in comic book movies. Like I'm gonna say, I don't want it, but when I get it, I'm gonna enjoy it. Like I've always been on the thing, you don't bring Robert Downey Jr. back as Iron Man, but I will enjoy it if I get it. That's the catch to that, is I always know that.
Yeah, I don't know, because I've actually been one of those that I never really wanted him to come back as Iron Man, because even alternate variant Iron Mans I wouldn't really want, just because I really liked the ending of his character in Endgame, right? And I think it would feel cheap if you did the whole like, let's go back right before he snapped and bring him in and help us and all that kind of stuff, or something like that. Now, I think it could work. There's been stuff I've said is something I don't want, and then they do it, and it works great. So, like, that's kind of where I am with it right now. But, Wolverine yesterday, they did exactly what I really didn't want, in the sense of like, I would rather. Like, I would kind of want them to leave Logan alone. Not that it's one of my favorite movies or anything, but it's just like, all right, don't touch that type of thing. But they did it well. And it's, again, it all comes down to execution is what I'll say. So if he comes back as Doom, I wouldn't be surprised if there's one scene of him making a big hero play as Iron Man as he appears or something. But I would be fine with Iron Man not appearing in Secret Wars. Maybe an alternate variant not played by Robert Downey can appear, but I would really just want to see him do Doom right now.
Yeah. No, I'm with you there. There's also, kind of a really cool opportunity. So in the Secret Wars 2015 comic, one of the like when they're kind of taking down Doom at the end, T'Challa wields the Infinity Gauntlet, and I think it would be a very poetic thing if like the Infinity Gauntlet on the Void was one of the things that took out Tony Stark after him using the Infinity Gauntlet in Endgame was and what saved everybody. I think there's kind of a cool sort of like poeticness there if this is a Tony Stark variant, like we're kind of being led to believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any last thoughts on the night here as we wrap up our Comic-Con reactions?
Man, did anything happen tonight? I mean, it's, God, this was eventful. It was fun. I think we got our money's worth by like staying home and talking.
Well, definitely did. I'd pay anything. So
yeah,
this was
exactly.
definitely my money's worth here.
Yeah, man. No, it was a really cool night. We got some interesting tidbits. A lot to chew on for this next year and plus going into leading up to Fantastic Four. But the vision is there now. It is not at all what we expected. And we're gonna have I'm sure a lot of episodes coming up talking about it. So hey.
Yeah, lots of food for thought that we have to chew on right now. So we'll be definitely revisiting this as we get later down the line as well. Like, hey, how are we sitting with it a year out from Doomsday and stuff like that. So as we get closer. But yeah, we'll wrap it up. Thank you all for watching live. If you did, thank you all for listening along on the podcast feed or rewatching the video on demand version. Have a great rest of your week. We'll catch you next time.
Peace.